College Game Day is in Lawrence right now. Their broadcast begins later on this morning. As for the game itself, the Jayhawks will be defending their undefeated season status from the TCU Horned Frogs. KMBC 9's Jamie Weiss live in Lawrence this morning on the Hill, where we see a lot of fans behind you, Jamie.
Hey, good morning, Matt. That's exactly right. We've lost count at this point of just how many fans are lined up behind us for ESPN College Game Day. We want to give them a little bit of space as they get ready to start their broadcast later this morning. But there are so many people out here on the Hill, including fans who've been fans of KU football for years and years. I am joined by Danielle, her kids, Donnie and David. They're out here. They made signs. And so, Danielle, first I want to ask you, this morning, there is so much excitement for College Game Day, just being out here. Talk to me about what it's like to be here today compared to a typical football Saturday.
It's pretty exciting. I will definitely say last week the bathroom lines were infinitely longer than anything we've ever experienced in the 7 years we've been coming to all the home games. But it's exciting. Like, we're here for it all. Everybody's so happy and energetic, and it's exactly what we need to continue the streak that we're on right now. So.
And it wouldn't be Lawrence, Kansas without obviously some chilly temperature. You and I think, are dressed appropriately. We've got the hat, the earmuffs, the gloves. Your kids are dressed warm too, but we got a sneak peek down at the front. There were some shirtless college kids. I mean, what does that say about today and the atmosphere just surrounding College Game Day and today's big game too?
I think it's just the energy surrounding it all, too. Like, you don't need a jacket if you're just amped up on adrenaline and excitement for years of waiting for something like this to happen here.
Well, Danielle, thank you and your kids so much for hanging out with us this morning. We're going to be out here in Lawrence all morning long previewing ESPN College Game Day coming up in about 30 minutes. I'm going to give you some details of what we got to see when we got a sneak peek on the set. You're going to have to stay tuned for that. Reporting live in Lawrence, I'm Jamie Weiss, KMBC 9 News.
All right, Jamie, I know you went to Syracuse. College Game Day has not been to Cuse yet. So how does it feel to be at a College Game Day experience right now?
Okay, well, I got to stop you there because ESPN did go for basketball.
Well, basketball.
For football.
All right, okay.
I acknowledge Syracuse is not a football school.
Well, they're doing well this year, though. They are doing well this year.
I'm loving the energy here.
Okay, all right. So the energy is there.
They're also 5-0.
That's right.
The energy here in Lawrence is insane. Part of why I have the earmuffs on, the cold, but also to block out some of the noise because it is loud down there. Like, you can't even hear yourself think. But honestly, this is the energy you need going into a football game.
That's right.
You need
all right. Yeah, and I'll admit, both the Orange and the Jayhawks undefeated, unlike my Mizzou Tigers. But that's the way it goes. Jamie, thank you so much.
Hey, good morning, Matt. I've been kind of like dancing along to the music right now that they're blasting here on the Hill at KU, mostly to stay warm, though, because it's freezing outside. But you gotta love this view we are waking up to here on the KU campus as more and more people are making their way out here for ESPN College Game Day. Since we last spoke to you about 30 minutes ago, I've probably seen a couple hundred more people make their way out here to fill the Hill because it is starting to get pretty packed out here. The actual broadcast doesn't start until 8 a.m., so we've still got about 20 minutes or so before that broadcast starts. But you can just feel the energy and excitement out here extending from the Hill all the way to the stadium. The broadcast moves from out here with all the fans to inside with the band starting at 10 this morning. And KU alum Rob Riggle is actually going to be their guest host out there. He's going to get to pick who he thinks is going to win today's big matchup. I think we can all assume who Rob is going to pick to win today's game at KU versus TCU. But again, it is cold out here, but the second you get close to all those fans, you're just heated up from the energy. Everyone is so excited to be out here. We got a chance to have a sneak peek down there inside the set for ESPN College Game Day early this morning. We talked to fans that got here at 10:30 yesterday morning, Matt. I mean, I was working yesterday morning at 10:30. I couldn't imagine camping out for hours, but hey, they're excited. I'm excited for them. I just wish it was a little bit warmer.
That would be nice. I will put in a request to Katie and see what we can do. No promises, though.
Thank you.
All right, Jamie, thank you. KMBC 9's Jamie Weiss live in Lawrence this morning with all of that excitement. Jamie, I know it's cold outside, but probably the excitement, I mean, it's got to be helping out, right? To feel warm?
That and the sun coming up. The sun literally just peeked through the clouds. I could finally take off my earmuffs because it felt warm enough, but I need to show you this vantage point. We are standing on top of the garage on Mississippi Street where you can just see the full extent of the crowd that is out here on the hill for ESPN College Game Day. You mentioned, Matt, that broadcast is happening right now, so we wanted to kind of take a step back, let them focus on their broadcast while we focus on the fans. In fact, I'm joined by one right now. Drew Glenn, you have been a longtime KU fan for years. Let's just start with today. First off, I think you're playing it smart. You're away from all the crowds. Just talk to me about the atmosphere out here and what you're experiencing right now.
Yeah, it's been a great atmosphere just to get a national spotlight on the university and our football program this year. I had a couple down years, and it's really nice to see a big crowd out here nationally. Like, you have the Georgia-Auburn game today, and you have Texas and OU playing today. Those are huge games. And ESPN decided to come to Lawrence, Kansas. So it just goes to show the spotlight and the excitement around the program, and it's getting shown nationally today, and I like that.
And Drew, you told me before you've had season tickets to KU on and off since about 2004, and you're here. We are 5-0 for the first time in probably several years. And what is going through your head right now, just as you look out onto the hill, you see that sea of red and blue, you can hear all the music in the background. What's going through your head?
It's just all smiles. Like, I've been so excited. It's been a long time since I've actually watched ESPN and followed college football, just because the program's been so bad for so long, and now I'm excited. I think everybody's excited. Selling out the booth three weeks in a row, everybody's excited. It's awesome.
And it is just so exciting to feel the energy and the excitement up here. Thanks so much for chatting with us, Drew. And, we got a chance to take a sneak peek before they started the broadcast down there at College Game Day. And let me just tell you, we got a chance to talk with some of those fans, Matt, who had been camping out since 10:30 a.m. yesterday morning. And at one point, we talked about how it's freezing out here this morning. Our photographer, Javier, and I could have sworn we saw snow falling. And these fans didn't care. They were taking off their shirts. They were excited to just be here, celebrate KU. There is just immense energy and excitement ahead of today's game.
Yeah, don't say that snow word yet. I don't want anything to do with that for
I know, it's too early.
How far up the hill are they? I mean, are they all the way up to the Campanile? I can't quite tell. I mean, they're
let me let Javier zoom in so you can really see here. But yeah, they are pretty much all the way up. The mass of the fans are probably midway up. If you see that giant Jayhawk, that's probably a good indicator for you. That's about halfway up the hill right now, but there are fans.
They're still coming in. They're still showing up. I mean, the broadcast goes till 11. So
the broadcast goes to 11. Drew, who we just spoke with, said he's planning to head down there in the next half hour or so. So by 11 a.m. when this broadcast is done, I think this entire hill will be filled. So if you're waking up this morning, Kansas City, and you go, there's still time. There is. We could see you on the hill in a couple hours.
That's right. If you don't run into traffic delays, that is. Jamie, thank you so much. Live in Lawrence this morning for us. And thousands of KU fans there as well. One of the KU alums that are going to be there is